All you tune already, it's your boy Two Boy, and today, as all you can see by the venue, we're at the stadium, and today I'll be bringing you an interview with my boy Stephan Pascal. Make sure you subscribe to Doughboy TV, and all you know already, stay tuned. So yes, for those who don't know, Stephan, just tell the people that might see this video something about yourself, a brief introduction, before we head into our questions for today.
Well, for those who don't know me, I'm a professional cricketer, currently contracted with the Windward Islands Volcanoes franchise. I'm an opening batter, and that's about it basically.
So can you share how you first got into cricket and who inspired you from an early age?
To be honest, I wouldn't say anybody really inspired me. I just felt that I was born to. You know, funny enough, I have a small story about that. One day I was kicking in my mother's belly, you know, being a troublesome little fetus. And my father rubbed my mother's belly and basically told me to just calm down, you know. You'll have time come out, you'll have time be an international cricketer one day. So since then, whatever or wherever you see I am right now is basically from there just took off.
So in a sense, it's like your dad manifested that for you.
Basically, yeah.
So since you started this journey, what has been the biggest challenge so far? And whatever that challenge is, how did you overcome it? How did you get over it, grow from it, learn from it? How did that work out for you?
I would say basically just going through tough times. You know, cricket is a sport of failures. You know, you fail a lot more than you succeed. So, you know, just going through the bad times, you know, times when you wouldn't perform to the greatest of your ability. You know, maybe not being selected to certain teams. I feel that's basically it. But the way I overcame those situations were just realizing that cricket is a game of failure, so I would fail more than I succeed, but at the same time I would enjoy the successes much more. Obviously I'm a very hard worker, so I never really went away from that. I just still worked hard, and yeah.
So basically in a sense, we had an off-camera conversation basically talking about negative things that happen to us. So not every negative thing that happened is a negative thing.
No, actually negative things will make you stronger. You know, if everything that happens to you goes your way, I feel you would be mentally weak. I mean, obviously there are situations that even if everything is going your way, you will still be a strong person. But 9 times out of 10, I feel that if you don't go through struggles in life, if you don't go through bad times, you wouldn't get that strength you need to go further in life. So I feel that bad times are necessary.
That's true, that's true. So yes, so then daddy manifested the cricket in your life and everything. But so I know, before you reach that professional level, you had to maybe play younger, primary school, high school. I know for myself back in the day that the kiddies cricket, those kind of things. So what in all those times really defined you going to play professionally? Because oftentimes in Dominica, fellas might start to play, they like this sport, but they never really do go the extra mile and pursue it professionally. So what was the defining moment for you that made you decide to go professional?
I wouldn't say it was a defining moment, but rather a defining decision. I think back when I was in 4th form, I had a chat with my family, and they were actually looking to send me away to England so I could pursue a cricket scholarship there in a 6th form program or something like that. And we were going through the processes, you know, I even did an exam, passed it, and I was almost on my way to England, but I never really wanted to go. I spoke to Stephanie, that's my sister. I mean, I have 2, but that's the one that's closer to me. Sorry, Steffi. But yeah, I talked to her basically about everything, Every time I want to reach out to somebody, I speak to her. So I spoke to her, and she told me anything that I want to do, just she backs me, and just trust my gut. So I basically just sat down with my family and told them that no, I don't really want to go to England. I just want to stay in the Caribbean, with the aim of making it to the West Indies under-19 team and hopefully being the captain. And so said, so done. That's exactly what happened. So I feel from then I realized that I could really take this thing up a notch. I could basically not go to college and just start making a living for myself from this.
Okay, so as you said, you hope to be on the under-19 West Indies team, and you did reach on the under-19 team. I believe you were the captain of that team as well. So let's dive into the cricket. So what aspects of your game in cricket right now would you say that you're focusing on the most in maybe developing so you can go further, I would assume? So what are you focused on right now?
I feel the mental side of my game. I have developed a lot of skills, and it works for me. But at a higher level, it's more of a mental challenge rather than a skillful challenge. So I feel like once I work on that, then I will start to see results at the higher level. Obviously, I just got a taste of it this season, so I didn't perform how I wanted to perform, but like I said, I feel like if I work on the mental side of things, that I will get those performances that I want to.
All right, so it's funny that you said about right now you're focusing on the mental part of it, because my following question right now is, how do you mentally prepare for a big game? Because oftentimes people in the crowd always have a lot to say, pressure, sometimes especially for you, as most of your games are outside of your home country. You have your people back home cheering you on, all those people you're trying to make proud. How do you mentally prepare yourself before stepping on that pitch to play a big cricket game?
I would say mentally planning. I don't really plan like writing down goals or whatever in terms of before a match, but I would plan mentally how I want to approach an inning, how I want to construct an inning, and I feel just after that, just having a clear mind. I don't really focus on the outside noise. I don't really hear it, to be honest. When I'm on the field, everything, I just go blank basically.
All right.
Not as in blank as in terms of the game, but in terms of everything
block off
outside.
the noise.
Yeah, I just go blank.
So how do you physically, what is like your day-to-day training routine? Give us a day in the life of Stephan. Give us your day-to-day routine.
Really and truly, it depends on what time the coaches has set for training. But I would normally wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. I try to wake up at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Then I would make some breakfast. My go-to is some scrambled eggs.
Your protein.
Butter, bread, and I good to go basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I might combine that with a little tea or a little protein shake. So yeah, when I really need the extra protein, I will go with the protein shake. But yeah, that's it. Then I head to training. When I get there, first 5 to 10 minutes, I'll do pre-ab. Basically, just getting the muscle groups ready. Then I'll do my actual warm-up, and then I'll head into training, be it specific training, be it team training. That's it, and then head home. Or I should say, get lunch first. My lunch not really too specific. It's basically what I feel for on the day. But yeah, then head home and relax.
All right, nice. So yes, Stephan, you being now a professional cricketer, what are some short-term goals and some long-term goals that you have for yourself?
Well, short term, like I said earlier, I would like to start performing at the regional senior level. I don't want to just be there. I want to actually put up performances and make a name for myself at that level. In terms of long term, goals. I would like to be one of the world's best cricketers.
So yes, Stephan, you say you told us your short-term and your long-term goals. So from these goals, I would assume that there was a cricketer that you looked up to be better than, or just like on your cricket journey. Who was that?
Well, that's a tough question for me to answer because there isn't anybody that really is my role model, but there are players that I try to take inspiration from. Players like Shubman Gill, that's an Indian cricketer. Our heights are similar, so I try to look at his game a lot too, to find a balance, because that's one problem I have had, just having a good balance at the crease to do everything that I want to do. So I try to look at his game a lot, see how he plays. In terms of just mentality, Virat Kohli, there's another Indian cricketer. He is a mentality monster. So, like I said, I'm trying to work on my mental side of things right now. So, he's somebody I look at, just in terms of what he has gone through in the game and the way he has overcome it, and is still basically one of the best cricketers right now. So, those are the two cricketers I look at a lot. In terms of just from Dominica, Alec Afanas, my good friend. His career path, it gave me a lot of motivation, coming from a small island like Dominica to being an all-format player for the West Indies. It's something that motivates me and a lot of other youngsters in Dominica, so I take motivation from that.
Ah, well, your man always make me want to start back playing cricket. So yes, Stephan, is there a particular tournament or milestone that you hope to achieve anytime soon?
Obviously, making the senior West Indies team, that's a milestone that I want to get. In terms of a competition, I feel like playing in a World Cup for the West Indies at senior level, that is my dream. I feel like it's basically every Caribbean cricketer's dream. So that would be what I hope to achieve soon.
Apart from the cricket, Stephan, we know you as the professional cricketer, but we want to come down to you as a person. So outside of cricket, what hobbies or interests do you have?
Well, I love to play video games, even when I'm away in terms of cricket. I play video games a lot. Once I'm in my room, I'm playing, I'm on the game. I'm interested in vehicles, since I started driving, that's a newfound interest of mine. Also, just family time, spending time with loved ones, and just reconnecting with family that I haven't seen in a while. That's really and truly, it's priceless. So I look forward to that a lot.
So yes, Stephan, for the people, your fans, your supporters, people just watching from the outside, people watching this video that may see you for the first time, what is something that they might not know about you that possibly you think they should know?
One thing about me that the fans don't know, and I feel they should know, is I'm very talkative, and I know it doesn't seem that way, but once I'm comfortable with somebody, once I know how you react to certain things, then I can be very talkative and I can be very troublesome.
So yes, Stephan, looking back, growing up, what is one piece of advice that you would have given to your younger self just starting out?
Maybe to be a little tougher. I mean, I know it's something that you can really prepare yourself for because you never experienced it before. But in what I do, you have to be very strong, and I feel that if you're not strong, then you could just be discarded very easily. So I feel just try to make yourself stronger, be stronger in certain moments. That is one thing I would tell my younger self.
All right, so yes, from me, looking at, I know you're my partner, I see all the great things you're doing, but I have a question to you. How do you measure your success personally? Is it the numbers, how much runs? Is it titles? Is it the growth, or something else? So how do you personally measure your success? Because sometimes I might look at it and I think that, let me give you flowers right now, you're doing well, bro. You're putting us on the map.
Thanks.
For a young man, plenty of people watching. You have a lot of people that not watching cricket, wanting to watch cricket, to look out for our own Dominicans supporting. But back to the question, how do you measure your success?
That one is a tough question because as a professional, you would like to win. You know, I feel everybody has their why as to why they're doing what they're doing. But it could be to win. I mean, for me, that was the first goal, you know, to win, to be a winner. But I mean, as you grow, you see things differently. As you mature, you see things through a different lens. I feel success is basically just being there for your people, you know, providing for them. Basically just carving out a different type of life, you know, that they would have lived before you, and basically just making everything basically easier for them. I feel like that is success, you know. Once I have made them proud already. I feel like my family and all my loved ones, you know, they are proud of me so far, but I could do so much more, and I feel like once I do so much more, I feel that I will be successful.
Okay, so nice. That was a very good answer, deep answer that we could have gotten to understand you a little bit better. So yes, finally I want to ask, so what has cricket taught you about life outside of this sport? Outside from the knocking the ball, outside from the swinging the bats, outside from the catches, what has cricket taught you about life?
To be humble. Cricket, I feel, is the greatest leveler because one day you could be up there, you know, everybody could be cheering you on, you know, you perform good, but the next day you could be at zero, literally. And I feel in that sense, it's a great leveler, you know. It never allows you to become too big-headed, too full of yourself. It always humbles you. So if it's one thing I would say for sure, it allows me to stay humble.
So yes, Stephan, after all these questions, before we leave, do you have anything that you'd want to say to a fan watching, somebody that's looking up to you? Leave a little message for the people watching right now. The floor is yours.
Well, always chase your dreams. I feel that is the most important thing. You know, don't ever tell yourself that you cannot do it, and don't allow anybody to tell yourself that you cannot do it. Always believe in yourself and chase your dreams.
Nice. And all you know already, and to thank you all for watching, and make sure all you subscribe to Doughboy TV. So yes, this was Doughboy. So yes, this was Doughboy and
Stephan, Pascal.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to
Doughboy TV.
And we're out.